Hi everyone, welcome to the present show, and with us, as usual, Mindful Pat.
Today we have Manoj. His friends like to call him Manjo. This individual is very close to our hearts personally, and we thought it would be great to have him on the show and talk about his own journey.
Many years ago, I've been in the search of what does this make? What does life mean? All these standard questions which you have when you're in search of true meaning of life. And I've tried out multiple stuff. If you are in India, there are enough and more options which are available for you. And you are intrigued by what does this style have to teach you? Vis-a-vis, what does this style have to teach you? How does that make a difference to me? So I've been experimenting and came across this simple mindfulness in the true corporate sense about just focus on your breath, right? Just simple breath, breathe in, breathe out. And just being aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and not being judgmental.
So have you gotten to a point, because of your mindfulness practice, where you're not judging? Is that something that's possible?
How has it changed me is the fact that I'm more aware of the fact that I'm judging or not judging. The moment you're aware of the fact that you're judging or not judging, I think it's a choice which I then end up making to say, you know what? I did judge, but I'm not going to do anything with that judgment. Because what you've already done, you can't undo. But what do you do with that? I think that has really made a difference by being aware of the fact that, I'm judging now. Hold on.
There's this quick story that I'll tell you about perfection. And this Japanese warrior spent his whole life looking for the perfect lotus flower. And he said, that's not a wasted life, right? Constantly looking, checking, finding, this one's imperfect a little bit. This is not symmetric, right? Spends his whole life looking for this perfect lotus flower. At the end of his life, right, there's a big battle, and he gets stabbed, right, by the other samurai clan. And he's lying there, right, bleeding next to his closest general, right? And as they're both, bleeding out, dying there's, the lotus tree and it's blossoming, right? And he says to, his general, I finally get it. They're all perfect.
You're a manager, right? So I guess that the non-judgment helps you a lot to lead people, right? And to talk to them and to make sure that they are all cooperating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I only wish that I started this practice a long time before. Constant judgment, not only in terms of the final output, but in terms of, hey, how is this person's behavior, his attitude? So there's always judgment there. The wrong thing which people learn is that I have to treat everybody equally. But that's not the case. You have to treat everybody differently because every person is different and they all have their different backgrounds.
What is the connection between the non-judgment and mindfulness?
I don't think you could get to a point where you're not judging. I think the judging is extremely important for us to do, right? We've evolved to judge, and there's a reason, right, why we judge. But it's the non-judgmental awareness. Like Manoj was saying, right? I'm aware of my judgments. I'm aware that my employee is saying these things and I'm starting to think this, but you're stepping back and you're aware of that happening. And then you're deciding, right, based on your values and your beliefs and what's most appropriate, what you're going to say, how you're going to act. So the connection is the awareness of the judging and not getting angry or upset that you're having these judgments, right? Because you start becoming aware and you're like, why am I even thinking that, right? That I see that person and I can't believe I have those thoughts, right? And you start thinking, wow, am I a horrible person? Like, am I ever going to get better? And it's being okay that you have these judgments, right? Being aware of the judgments and then acting accordingly with that new heightened sense of awareness.
And you don't have to really beat yourself for every bad thought which comes in. Just say, these are just thoughts. So let it come, let it go.
There might be some times when we have unconscious biases. There might be some times when we see a person and it looks in this way or it behaves in this way, and we just perhaps don't want to approach this person and ask a question because for sure this guy is not gonna know it, right? He's not gonna help us, or he's gonna reply in a weird way, or he's gonna just cause problems, and that is a judgment. that is something that we should be aware of it. And maybe it's wrong. Maybe we just based it on what we already know, but this is what we don't know, so we cannot assume.
Do you feel that a lot of people are open to mindfulness, starting mindfulness? Is it easy for you to convince others, to practice with you or to start a practice?
I'm always of the belief that people have to be in a certain space and a certain point of time in their life in order to receive something, right? As they say, if your cup is full, I don't think you can pour anything more on the cup. You have to empty your cup. So at what point of time is your cup empty so that you are ready to receive? When the student is ready, the master appears, right? When you are at a point when you say, I need it, I think the universe has got this amazing way to make sure that it appears for you.
Phil Jackson, who is the coach, right? Was the coach for the Chicago Bulls, Los Angeles Lakers. He introduced mindfulness to his teams and the players, not when they were underperforming, not when they needed help, but when they were winning. So mindfulness is also a great tool to enhance your productivity, your awareness, your focus, see more, be more creative, take more, enhances you also, right? So it's not just for people that need the help and support.
So this concludes the present show, and thank you so much for being and watching, and see you at the next one.